Prologue. A beautiful lady, sexy in a mini-suit and high heels, directly approached a man whose identity and activities had been hacked on social media. The man, an agent, had a mission to assassinate the President of America. Unfortunately, a secret private hacker, whose identity was unknown to anyone, including the American government, obtained this information and sent a woman with a fake taxi driver badge, dressed in a corporate mini-suit and high heels, to stop him. The lady arrived at the airport holding a board with the agent's name written on it. As the agent was exiting, he saw his name on the board. The lady approached him and introduced herself as the taxi driver assigned to escort and drive him to his reserved hotel. She told him not to panic or ask too many questions until they had reached the hotel room. Meanwhile, the hackers had deactivated the man's phone number, making it difficult for him to make or receive calls due to poor network service. This created the perfect opportunity for the lady to carry out her mission. In the hotel room, she played the role of an errand girl, making him comfortable by providing everything he needed. She drugged him to sleep, and, using seduction to gain close contact, cut his throat with a sharp blade as confirmation that the mission was accomplished. The Silk Knight Act 4. The Final Blade.
Let your instincts guide you.
Derek's breath came in shallow, ragged gasps, each inhale a struggle against the encroaching fog of sedation that dulled his senses and sapped his strength. His eyes flickered beneath heavy lids, fighting the weight of exhaustion and the chemical haze clouding his mind. The luxurious suite felt like a cage, the walls closing in as the soft hum of the city outside blurred into insignificance. Leah remained at his side, poised like a shadow carved from midnight, her expression unreadable. The sleek blade she carried gleamed faintly in the candlelight, a slender shard of death that promised a swift end to the dangerous mission Derek had carried within him. The knife was cold and precise, an instrument honed for one purpose, wielded by a hand trained to kill without hesitation or remorse. She leaned in close, her breath warm against the hollow of his neck. "This will be quick," she whispered, her voice smooth as silk, but laced with an unyielding resolve. No pain, no struggle, only peace. Derek's eyes snapped open wide, panic flashing like a warning flare through the fog clouding his mind. His survival instincts screamed at him to fight, to resist this final betrayal, but his body betrayed him. His limbs felt heavy, like lead weights shackling his will, and every muscle trembled with the effort of simply staying conscious. The sharp edge of the blade slid against the delicate skin of his throat, cool and unforgiving. Derek's heart thundered wildly in his chest, adrenaline surging in a desperate bid for survival. He tried to flinch away, to grasp her arm, but the sedatives had already seeped deep into his veins, blurring his reflexes and dulling his strength. A thin red line blossomed instantly where the blade touched, thin and precise as a surgeon's incision. The metallic scent of blood filled the air, thick and undeniable. Derek's breath hitched, sharp and broken, as warmth spread quickly from the wound, burning with a fierce intensity. His vision blurred, colors bleeding into one another like watercolors run amok. He fought to stay awake, to grasp any fleeting thread of consciousness. Memories flashed, brief, fragmented images of a life spent in shadows, missions executed in silence, the cold camaraderie of agents who vanished without a trace. But it all slipped away like smoke, vanishing before he could hold it. Leah watched silently, detached and efficient. The finality in her eyes betrayed no emotion, no triumph, no regret, only the calm resolve of a professional executing her task. Her hand was steady, practiced. The cut deepened slightly, and Derek's resistance faltered as darkness crept from the edges of his vision toward the center. His fingers twitched feebly, the last remnants of his fight dissolving into stillness. The rich red spilled over his skin, a stark contrast against the pale flesh of his neck. The warm tide of blood spread, pooling slowly beneath him, a silent testament to the mission's grim conclusion. The suite was deathly quiet now, save for the faint rhythmic echo of Derek's fading heartbeat. Outside, the city pulsed on obliviously, unaware that a deadly game had played out within these walls. Leah wiped the blade clean with a pristine cloth, her movements methodical and calm. She folded the cloth with care and slipped the knife into its sheath, securing it deep within her purse. No alarm sounded. No one was the wiser. The mission was over. She stood and moved to the window, gazing out at the sprawling metropolis beneath the fading night sky. The lights twinkled like distant stars, indifferent to the darkness that had just claimed one of their own. Her phone buzzed softly, a subtle vibration that carried a message encrypted beyond any known government's reach. Mission accomplished. The private hacker, an unseen puppet master whose identity was a secret even to the highest powers, had orchestrated the entire operation. Leah was their blade, their instrument of silence. As dawn began to tint the horizon with pale gold, she gathered her things and prepared to vanish into the waking city. Derek Grant was dead. His name would be wiped clean from every record, every trace of his existence scrubbed from the digital world by the hacker's relentless codes and algorithms. The war she fought had no borders, no flags, no medals, only shadows, whispers, and the silent fall of those who crossed the line. And Leah was always ready for the next.